Hello friends, how's it going? Today is Monday, November 29th, 2010. My name is Charles Kelly, and this right here is the first ever episode of Mr. Kelly's Movie Mondays. This show is dedicated to giving you honest reviews about movies, as well as giving you the tips on how to make videos just like the pros do, all in under 5 minutes. Today I will be reviewing a monster of a movie, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1, as well as teaching you about lower thirds. Not necessarily sure what lower thirds are? Well, I'm 100% sure that you have seen them before. Mostly because I probably already have used them in this video. Welcome back. Now before we start with the review, I would like to let you guys know a little story about what happened to me when I went to see the movie. When I walked into the theater, I noticed that there was a sign that read Harry Potter 7.1, which I understood as it was being the 7th movie and being the first half of the movie. The theater was quite crowded as a majority of the people were seated. And I got talking to this nice gentleman about the movie, not shown here for privacy reasons. He asked me what the 7.1 meant on the sign, and I let him know that in the 7th Harry Potter book a lot went on, and the producers decided that it would be a great idea to cut it in half and make it a 5-hour movie instead of the normal 2.5 to add that extra footage that you would normally see in a movie. In a furious rage, the gentleman stood up, ran out of the theater screaming that he would not stand watching only half of a movie. Sadly, I didn't get any footage of this happening, but I will treat you to how it looked like in my mind. Yes, that was Charlie Chaplin played to the Benny Hill theme. What? Fine, I will get to what you guys want to hear about. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 will be the 7th installment in the Harry Potter movie franchise. It centers around a young boy and his friends. Wait a second, do I really have to explain Harry Potter to you? Maybe you should go read a book if that's the case, or go outside. That works just as well. Just like the guy from my story earlier, I was a bit iffy about the idea to cut the movie into 2 separate parts. I was worried that the movie would have a hard time finding a spot for a cliffhanger. I was wrong. The ending left me excited for what was to come in the second half. If you want to know, it ends on chapter 29 of the book. The low points of the movie were few and far between, but there was a couple things that irked me enough to review. I was excited for how they were going to explain the story of the 3 brothers, and they took it the same way I would, but for some reason it felt that the graphics didn't fit. Instead of watching someone explain a children's story, it felt like a new Saturday morning cartoon. They had a lot of potential with the scene, and it would have been amazing to see the same style of artwork that we have seen from the books. Also, the awkward nude scene in the movie was pointless. They could have handled that storytelling a bit better for a children's book. I felt really bad for the parents in the theater. Like I said before, the low points of the movie were few and far between. In contrast, the rest of the movie was fantastic. This was by far the best of the Harry Potter movies from a production standpoint. Everything seemed to flow perfectly, from the sound to the special effects that I sometimes couldn't figure out if they were using a 3D model or something live. The biggest problem I had was not even the movie itself, but the people around me. I have never seen an audience go to the bathroom as much as these people did. It was like everyone in the audience drank a gallon of Sunny D a couple hours before the movie. Because of this, it was hard to keep me engulfed within the storyline. As a Harry Potter fan who hasn't necessarily liked the movies to date, I loved this movie overall, and I'm giving a review of 4 out of 5 Elder Wands. Please remember that any review that I make is just my opinion, and I would love to hear your opinion on this movie and other movies that I might review. Leave your comments, opinions, and suggestions in the underbar right below. And now it's time for today's quick tip on how to make your videos a little bit more professional. For your next video, try adding a lower third. A lower third is a graphic that is placed on the lower third of your video. It is used mostly for news broadcasts and documentaries, as well as vlogs here on YouTube. The purpose of a lower third is to add information that your audience might potentially not be getting from the video itself. This can include names and job titles, among other things. Now, it's time to be creative without using any software. Now, I thought over the past week of how I could potentially create a lower third without using any software, and here is what I came up with. Just writing your name. Creative, huh? And if you know of another creative way to make a lower third, please make a video response to this video to show me. I would love to see what you come up with. Also, if there's any specific tutorial that you would like to see, please let me know in the comments section below. As always, my name is Charles Kelly. You have just been around the world in 7 days. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you all next Monday.